Majority of you know me as Ham because that is simply my trade name, but I'm by the names of Mr. Chibundo Hamis. Yes, an entrepreneur and a lawyer by profession. Having got my bachelor's from Makerere University, Faculty of Law. I wrote a book, Success and Failure, based on reason and reality from my own personal experience. I wrote it as a way of giving back to my society. Being a young man at my age of approximately 34, and what I have achieved at this tender age, I felt it responsible if I could share what I think I've done on a personal level that has actually brought me success. I feel if my fellow Ugandans can do the same, maybe we can have prosperity at large as a country. Success or failure starts at individual levels before spreading to the societies where we stay. It is individuals who become successful, then it later reflects on the societies where they live. Success and failure intends, as a book, it intends to open someone's mind to positive possibilities that yes, it can be done. One of the biggest elements of failure is negativity and inability to believe in yourself that you can actually make it. Ugandans have got a weakness of saying no, it is impossible, even if they told him, Am is relatively 35 or 34, and you see he has made it, you're almost in the same age range. You will say, no, that is government money, that is state money. You see, right away, before even opening his mind to the fact that, look here, Ham has made it, he has already dismissed it, and he doesn't want to give himself a challenge, which is one of the main weaknesses we have in our youth today. They are weak believers, they don't believe they can do it, they have that spirituality, I'm not better than you. You're just like me. I have a mind like yours, but you have failed to open your mind to possibilities, positive possibilities. Negativity is a very weak element towards actual prosperity in life. Like for instance, in my book, I've tried to draw the difference between thinking and reasoning. Most people have limited themselves to mere thinking. We require thinking to survive, but we require reasoning to prosper in life. Reasoning is a critical, deep analysis into the prevailing circumstances around you from a realistic and reasonable point of view, leading to a well-calculated decision, positive decision, that in return amounts to actual individual prosperity. So people should open their mind to possibilities. People should believe in yourself. Success and failure starts from you as an individual. It starts from you before you even aim for it. I want every Ugandan to take a choice, to make a decision, whether you want to be successful or fail. Before you have even attained it, first take time and make a decision. Do I want to be successful or do I want to be a failure? A country can only develop if the mindset of its citizens are within the right perimeters and towards actual development. Not just limited to personal individual development, but also to national development at large. Nations have failed to take off in Africa simply because people have got total inability to believe in themselves and their motherlands. After believing in yourself, take time to identify yourself, your points of weakness and strength. How best can I explore and exploit the prevailing circumstances and what God has given me? In life, you can't work with what you don't have. Just like I was trying to define capital. When you look at capital, most people will be there, I'm looking for capital. Capital is determined by the amount of money you have on you, not desires and emotions. If you have 10 million, how best can I explore the 10 million I've got on me to make it in life? If you have 10 million but you have dreams of starting businesses with hundreds of millions, my brother, you might die, or my sister, before getting a chance to get hold of those millions you're waiting for. Development or success is a gradual process, one step at a time. I feel very honored and very humbled by the directors of the National Curriculum Development Center that have just come to my office today and handed over a certificate qualifying my book to be on the curriculum, because in fact I had made projections that maybe in 4 or 5 years after people have read my book, they would put it on the curriculum. I was surprised and humbled and honored to see that months down the road it has been recognized and they would say to put it on the national curriculum. Reason and reality are basic things. For success in life, it is not magic. It is something very simple, but people have failed to put the puzzle together. Be realistic and honest to yourself. The best gift a person can ever give himself is being realistic and honest to themselves. Like I said, it is okay to tell a lie, but the moment you start believing in your lies, you become the very number one victim of the outcome of your lies. I'm a lawyer by profession. When I was writing this book, I tried to go into basic principles of the law. I'm a person who understood and reasoned out the law. I didn't just cram it. When you look at principles of the law, in my book, I asked the question, I was like, don't you ask or wonder how laws of a given society have survived in generations without anyone coming up challenging them? Because laws are being drafted within perimeters of reason and prevailing changing circumstances from time to time. For instance, I gave an example. When whites came to Africa, or even to Uganda, they found it very hard to manage and rule Africans without putting in place something to do with witchcraft. Because they got a lot of cases, Africans coming to them and Ugandans, look here, I've been bewitched, this one. So there is no way you would rule them without putting into consideration the element of witchcraft. A witchcraft act was introduced in which it was clearly stated that any person who was found doing witchcraft would be subjected to excommunication. That was chasing away someone from where they used to stay or their home. When it came to this case of Salvatore Abuki versus AG, this law was challenged. How was it challenged? Because the Constitution says under the Penal Code that someone had to prove beyond reasonable doubt that indeed there was proof beyond reasonable doubt that such a person that was accused was indeed guilty, with corroborating supportive evidence. With witchcraft, someone would not identify what we may call in Uganda, this witchcraft. What is witchcraft? So at the end of the day, even though there was an article of the Constitution that said any law that is repugnant and inconsistent with the Constitution shall be deemed null and void. So the Witchcraft Act ceased to make sense because it lacks the integrity to fit within the perimeters of the law. I brought in an element like equality is equity. If you want the world to be equal to you, first be equal to yourself. Open your mind. Believe in yourself. You can't aim for success if you don't believe it, if you don't believe in it in the first place. That is why I brought out this element clearly, this element of reason and reality. Because it looks simple and basic, but it is deep and it's the only key to actual success in life. And if we can achieve a reasonable number of individuals that are successful, success is not only tangible in financial figures. Success starts with the mind. With the right mind, a right mind reflects within what you have achieved. Without the right mind, that is why I went as far as trying to draw a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Despite the fact that teachers and professors are the most informed people in our societies, they have total absolute inability to practically apply this information, turning it into wisdom for individual prosperity. A teacher and a professor lives only to count the number of people that have been successful through his training process. What about them if they are a source of the information that people are using to move forward? So one is limited, knowledge is limited to basic information. Wisdom is practical. It is practice. It is when you put it to practice, and at the end of the day, you get a result. That is when a maximum of equity says equity looks at substance rather than formation. Meaning that it doesn't matter if you are required to be in Masaka. It doesn't matter whether you've walked there, or you've driven there, or you've left, or you've flown there. What matters is that have you gotten there on time when you expected to be there. So you can't simply say, I'm really hardworking, but I failed to make it. You understand? Your hard work doesn't matter if at the end of the day it is not attached to positive results. And the only way a person can get positive results is by opening their mind to actual perimeters of reason and reality. You've gone to a medical doctor. He has checked you and he has said, you know what, Ham? I think you are HIV positive. Then you say, I think they have witched me. The machines are wrong. You see, the earlier you accept the status, the better you can start saying, let me, you know, if you fight it too much, you may even end up a failure committing suicide. You understand? So, if a person moves within realistic perimeters, they are equipped with the right equipment to fight whatever is brought to them in life. In my book, in fact, I said, and you know, you shouldn't be scared of taking risks. You shouldn't be scared of failing at a given point in life, because this is part of the process of making it in life. Actually, I said in my book, most people's success stories can be well told, or success can be identified by how high someone bounces back once they fall up to the bottom. The main true path to actual success is challenges and failure at the end of the day. But most Ugandans don't even want to go through the basics like taking risks in life. You say rich people are greedy, but rich people invest with hope to gain more. It is actually people that have failed to make it in life that are so attached to the little they have that they are scared of investing it with hope of gaining more. If you kept 10 million shillings in your drawer, after a month you will come back and it will be exactly the same 10 million shillings you kept in your drawer. Put a risk at it, put it in a business, and see if it will come back